We are going in depth tonight on the current housing market. Now, we've told you about numerous scams hitting the upstate during the pandemic. Unfortunately, there's another that's popped up on our radar, this time involving rental homes. So we are working to keep you and your family safe ahead of your next move. I sat down with a local realtor to learn more about how some scammers are twisting the housing market.
Springtime in the upstate. As things begin to bloom, it seems there's no better time to rent or buy a home. April's Federal Reserve report shows home values across South Carolina increased 8.5% within the last year. That has Greenville native Hannah Tate Smith thinking of putting her home on the market.
My husband and I are actually thinking about selling our own home, and we thought that maybe we would sell and rent and then buy later on.
But with anything that's popular and involves money, there's usually someone who's looking to take advantage, and that includes recent real estate scams.
People are getting creative. They're going to look for ways to try to scam you of money. And a big one is Craigslist. We're seeing that a lot on Craigslist.
With renting and buying?
I see more of renting. What people are doing is they're stealing our professional pictures off websites like Zillow, and they're posting these listings on Craigslist for rent because, you know, rentals are hard to come by too.
Now take a look what I found. I'll show you two listings for the same exact address. This is the first, posted on realtor.com, a home for rent at 812 South McDuffie Street. This is in Anderson, South Carolina. It's for $11.50 per month. Now, after some digging, I confirmed this was the actual listing for this home for rent by the owner. But take a look at this next one. This one posted on Facebook Marketplace. A much larger home, as you can see, for much less. It's listed at $800 a month, but listed at the same address as that first home. It's 812 South McDuffie Street, Anderson, South Carolina. I spoke to the actual owner of the property there at 812 South McDuffie, and she tells me that this house is the only one on this property, and this first ad is in fact the true one. This is the only one she listed for this address.
They're using the market because the market is so good and so fast and houses are going so fast, so they're using that to their ability to be able to say, hey, I can meet you out here to show you this house, but I need you to wire me so much money before, because if not, someone else can get it.
ONB says another local realtor recently sold a home. The buyers wanted to see the house one final time, and when their realtor arrived, she ran into two people who thought the house was actually for rent based on a fake ad.
There's a young lady and her mother, and she says, are you selling this house? And of course my friend was like, yeah, you know, and she said, well, I just wired $2,500 to rent this house. And tomorrow, we're moving in tomorrow. And it just floored, you know, obviously my friend that's a real estate agent, and she was like, what? So she called the other agent that listed the house, and she said that was the second time it happened.
So how can you protect yourself and your wallet? There are a few simple tips to remember before you start the renting or buying process.
If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, especially in today's market. Do not wire any money to any piece of real estate sight unseen. They try to scare you with the tactic of, hey, this could be gone tomorrow. We have 5 other people looking to rent or 10 other people looking to buy. Don't buy it.
And make sure the listing is backed by a reputable real estate company, giving neighbors like Hannah more confidence renting or buying their next home.
I think a lot of people need to know that this is, you know, if it seems fishy, be careful. It sounds like you need to make sure that you meet the person that you're going to be renting from, whether it be the property company or the actual owner of the home.
And if you're looking at a listing on a site like Zillow or Trulia, make sure it has a verified realtor or company listed. Now, I also want to note here the realtor who listed this home at 812 McDuffie Street in Anderson. She's in the process of filing a complaint with the Director of Legal and Regulatory Affairs for Realtors in the state. Now, she tells me that they actually referred her to IC3.gov, this website. This is the Internet Crime Complaint Center. Now, they They say this is the best place to file your complaint if you believe that you've been involved with any sort of online scam, including anything to do with renting a home. Now, another thing to keep in mind here, you can hire a realtor at no cost for representation through the entire process just to make sure everything is legal. A lot of people may not realize that, so it's even true when you're renting. So just some good food for thought. Back to you, Cody.